It's your boy M City.
It's your girl Tiffany V.
And I'm her one.
His only.
And this is our podcast. We welcome you again. We're going to keep welcoming y'all in. Y'all fucking with us, and we appreciate the love. Comment, subscribe, like. She going to answer the, I don't really throw it right, man.
They know by now, baby. It's me.
All right, cool. So we decided to do something different with this one, with you guys.
It's a bit off the grid for us.
Yes, for a lot of the episodes, we always gave our opinion on general situations and stuff like that. Yeah. And, people see us, and a lot of times people ask us, do y'all ever have problems? Y'all seem like the perfect couple. Y'all seem so in love. And yes, we are so in love, but nothing's perfect.
No. I think we wanted to give you guys like another side of us. I feel like we show you one side, the fun side, us connecting and vibing. That's definitely a part of our relationship. But we have our faults like everyone else. And we just, wanted to come on. We were having a discussion upstairs and we were like, we got to record this because it was getting pretty deep. And I'm like, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this and we should put it on a podcast and, put it out there.
Exactly. So it started from like an argument.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? About frying some chicken.
Was it? I swear to God, we start arguing. I forget when it even starts. But
I'm like, I think the chicken was already made, and I'm like, oh, babe, can you heat up the chicken? And she's like, I'm gonna refry it. And I'm like, I don't like you to talk to me. Calm down. Why are you so mad?
Listen.
And then it went left.
That's where it went left right there. Okay?
Exactly.
He has a habit of addressing my anger in a way I don't like.
Yes, and I don't mean to. Let's just say that I don't mean to, because I didn't see where that was a problem until you actually said it. You was like, it feels like chastising.
You know what it is with him? He has this God complex. I swear, this man can do no wrong in his mind. So when he has an attitude, when he's upset about something, it's completely justified. Oh, I did it because it is, and that's valid. When I get mad, it's never justifiable. It's always, Tiff, you being crazy, like, you doing it again. Like, what you mad for? You shouldn't be mad, and he don't give me the benefit of the doubt with a lot of things. Like, when it comes to that, like, I'm just angry. Not that I'm emotional, not that I care, not that it's something behind it. I'm just angry. So, yes. I don't like that.
And she just brought something to my attention and I didn't know. Like, for a lot of times, like, certain things, and I think people do this often. I think people downplay or think certain things are regular. Would bring me my plate, would cook and ask what I want for dinner and stuff like that.
And for me, that's everything because I wasn't doing that before. So it's like, you're going to appreciate this plate I'm bringing to you. I wasn't bringing nobody food. Like,
and I'm sitting here thinking that's no,
like, all right. Like,
it's regular. Like, you know what I mean? But in all actuality, we identify those things because we're used to something, or she might be used to somebody kissing her toes. And I never done that. So the time I kiss her toes, she thinking it's regular, but to me, that's a big thing. And if she didn't acknowledge it, I would feel like she didn't appreciate it. And I could see how that can cause conflict within a relationship. And that was a big conflict.
That's what it is, though. It is that it's not being appreciated because its value is lost because it happens so often. It's so regular. We take away from it. Like, because for us, it's some regular average stuff. But yes, we don't get to appreciate it because it happens frequently. It's like, oh, that's some regular stuff. But it's a big deal to some people. For everyone, it's not, some average, everyday thing. It takes effort for some people to do certain things.
Because people, even nowadays, like, that's the thing. Like, women will cook and clean it. And you might think your woman, like, you might think that's regular. But what I advise...
don't do that. I don't know why you
no. But some men think it's regular because,
Some men think it's to be expected, I guess. Like, that's your role. You should want to do this. What you come with. Yes. And it's like, everybody don't do that.
But appreciate that, man, because I wasn't appreciating it. And because I was coming off as if it was regular, like, oh, okay. I wasn't saying thank you and stuff like that when she brought the plate and stuff like that until she had to check me and like, yo, look, you know what I mean? I don't know what but I didn't do that. This is special to me. Like, when I do this, niggas wasn't getting a meal every day. And I'm like, huh? No, I wasn't bringing somebody. I wasn't doing this. I wasn't, and I was like, wow. And I had to identify with that and push the relationship forward because I had to start really sitting back and appreciating the small things. That's what really
was with you too, is that you didn't understand, like, that I had never lived with a man. Like, we lived full time together. I had never lived with a man. So a lot of things that, you're supposed to do, like, being like the in-house girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. Like I didn't fully connect with that because I wasn't used to doing that. I wasn't used to doing that for a man on an everyday basis like that. So I found it difficult to adjust, and get into, I guess, this role of being like the girlfriend and preparing for whatever other, roles in the future. But I found it difficult. Yeah, I had never done that. It was a whole transition for me.
So why? My question that I wanted to ask you is, why haven't you done that?
I guess for starters, I never really seen it. That's for one. I didn't really see it, in my household. I seen it, other people's families, but it wasn't, nothing I really gravitated towards because nobody necessarily in my immediate family was doing that sort of thing. And also, it was never really required of me. Like I didn't feel the need to. I didn't feel like, I was in a position where I had a man, that was helping take care of me, that was helping, benefit my life, that was contributing to me in such a way that I felt like I should do these things for him. I didn't have that. So I was chilling, they was chilling, like that sort of thing. Now I feel like I have a man, somebody that's contributing to my life, that's helping me, that's playing his role how he's supposed to. And now I'm like, I feel like I gotta step it up because, it's how it's supposed to be. You're doing your job, and I'm like, oh, so this is, now I can be a woman. I can sit back and do what I'm supposed to do because I have a man that's being a man. Like before, I didn't have that. People weren't doing their part how they were supposed to. So I couldn't let my guard down.
Multitasking in a relationship.
I couldn't let my guard down to be, that sensitive person, that female, that feminine energy. I couldn't bring that. I had to be strong because I had to go to work all day. I had to take care of everything around the house with myself because nobody was doing it for me. I didn't have that person to pick up the slack, to, give some of the weight to. I didn't have that person. So now that I do, it's like, okay, it's just everything, I could have asked for, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to be because I'm not used to it.
Okay, that's understandable, and it's kind of, sometimes people think that something is like normal. Like I probably, when I got like, oh, she's supposed to know how to do these things. Like,
it's like with you, we have adjustment with you, like your lifestyle things that you never encountered. Women that allowed certain things because of whatever reason, or maybe they were comfortable with that. Maybe they just didn't care or whatever. I don't know what it was, but certain things came with I had to adjust.
We had this thing. Exactly. We had this thing where I would call, like she'll call me and be like, yo, what you doing? And I'd be like, I'm moving around, or I'm doing something.
Yeah, real vague, real just not saying nothing, real just, I'm like, you work for the, like, who are you? Like, the spy or something? Like, he couldn't, he didn't talk much. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, she didn't understand that.
Like, that's how I am. Like, nobody ever said nothing about it. And I'm like, that's not normal. Like, talk, like, communicate. Like, and he had to break that down for me because he thought it was normal. Nobody ever said anything to him like, yo, why you don't, give a little more and this and that. And me being me, I'm ready to tell you everything, lay it on the table. So when you wasn't ready to, even everything else you were like that. But when it came to stuff like that, you was kind of like, like discreet, and I didn't like that. I'm like, you gotta give me more because I'm gonna tell you what apartment I'm in, what room down the hall to the left, like you. So when you was like, I'm chilling on my side, like I'm here, like I'm like, what that mean, like.
Yes,
you in the Bronx? Like, where you at? Like, I didn't know nothing, and it was an adjustment.
And how do you think I am with expressing myself?
It depends because I feel like you're the type when you get upset, you don't say much. You try to leave it alone. You try to let it go until maybe it blows over. And I don't like that you do that because I'm like, come to me. If you got an issue, come to. Because I'm the first one. I'm very vocal. Like if I got an issue, I can't help but come to you. I'm gonna come stand in front of your face, like, so this is bothering me. But you, on the other hand, you be sitting there chilling, like, all right. Like,
but see, the opposite to that is you are very aggressive in expressing yourself. No, you're aggressive.
Said vocal.
No, I mean vocal in expressing yourself.
No, you've been aggressive, like.
And expressing yourself, like. But I'm talking about like the funny things when you're angry, you're vocal about expressing yourself.
Yeah.
When you're in love, la la land, you're not. Exactly, like how, and I need that.
When I get mad, right? That's why. And when
I noticed that, in this relationship, I noticed that I need that. Like I need for you to tell me how much you love me. I need for you to tell me how much you care. I need for you to tell me how much you need me.
He really means just to like affection because I show him in other ways. I'm there in plenty of other ways. That you see that I love you. I'm here for you. I'm committed. All that stuff. And then when it comes to the affection part, it's like okay.
But why are you like that? Is it
because I'm shy? That's really all it is. It's not because. And again, I'm used to certain things. I'm set a little bit in my ways. Not set because it's being adjusted, but I was set in my ways for a long time. And nobody ever complained like, oh, Tiff, do that too. So I was like, hey, like this is how I am. That's cool. Like people fine with it. And then I got with you, and you're like, nah, you gotta come better than that. And I'm like, I do. Like, you're not good with me just being here? Like you know?
No,
and
hell
like,
no.
Cause I'm like,
You're not good with just, exactly.
So, you know, when you tell me, like, you gotta come better, I'm like,
and that's the thing, you know.
I don't understand that. Like,
for the record, I am happy with you being here, but I'm not happy with you just being here. You know what I mean? I need, you know, more than that. Just like I know you need more. You're not just gonna be content with me just sitting around, just being here. Hell no.
Yeah, like we both required more of each other than what we were used to, and you know, we kind of bumped heads, you know. And most people don't know this, but we moved in sooner than most people did.
Facts.
Like most people in a relationship, they together, you know, for a while. We weren't together very, very long before we moved in. We were together a while, but like not, you know, the average person. Like, you know, we moved in pretty soon considering. And I guess we found out a lot of things about each other that we didn't know. Because, you know, dating on the outside, living in two separate houses and things, that's real cute. That's when it's fun. Like, you know, it's not fun now yet. But, you know, like that's when, you know, you don't have anything to tie together.
It could not be fun sometimes.
Listen, it be
But it's fun most of the time.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like when you get together and you live in the same house, so you find out things like you don't know anyone until you live with them. People say that, and I ain't know what it meant.
I believe that.
Until I moved in with your ass. Or we moved in together, I mean. And yeah, and it
was... Like I'm like, you know,
letting war up in here, man.
Exactly. And a lot of the times it be what you're used to, like what you like. Sometimes you clash because, you know, I mean, like, you know, the dining room this way, and then she may be like, no, I like the dining room that way. And then
but I tell you, it was a lot of little stuff for like why you left your shoes in the living room, like. You couldn't just bring them upstairs. You have to tell me I left my shoes, just pick them up. Like, it was certain little things that we was just picking at in the beginning, and you know, we
that would turn into big arguments,
like for nothing.
And that was the thing. Like I always told her, like I always felt like I thought the key to a relationship is being faithful. Well, as long as I'm faithful,
I always told you that once you strip that cheating away, you find that there's other issues. People focus on that because that'd be the main issue in a relationship. You can't see nothing when somebody cheating. That's all you focus on. That's a big issue. Once you take that out of the equation, you'll see there's other things, you know, personality traits or you know, the way their lifestyle or whatever it is that you might not necessarily like about the person. So once you take cheating out the equation, that stuff becomes visible. You ain't got nothing else to focus on but little things here. But we don't have that issue, the cheating thing. So everything else became issue for us because we didn't have that. So we started picking that stuff, and it got
ugly.
It did. It's like
I'm peeling apart me, she's peeling apart me, I'm peeling apart her, she's peeling apart herself, and we like getting different versions of us. We learning different versions of us. And one thing that she said is that you might be good, but I need you to be cut for me. And that stood out to me because at first I didn't know what she was like talking about.
Yeah, because overall, you know, I give it to you. You're an amazing man overall. And I think you knew that. So you came in here like, I know what I come with. I know what I bring to the table. I am the table. Like, so that right there. That was it. That was the problem. She was doing all that. And I'm like, look, that's cool. And I'm going to give it to you. You know, overall, you're amazing. But there's certain things, you know, I needed you to tweak for me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm me. You've never been with me before. You never lived with me. You never been on this level. So you have to adjust things for me in particular. Like, because you can come with the, you know, the box cut, you know, version of a good man. And there's certain things that you got to fix here and there for a specific woman. And he didn't understand it at first. He like, nah, I came, you know, good to go. Like, what you mean? Like, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm not taking away from you, but there's just certain things you have to adjust for me in particular. But once you got past that part, it was more shit. But
there's always more shit for the record. Don't ever think that this shit is just
one thing is another.
Once you get over an issue, there will be more. But the good thing about that is that you're growing with each problem. You're growing.
I feel like I've never grown and learned so much in my life as far as relationships until now. Like, I feel like this is, you know, an adult relationship like that. We're making progress. We're making moves together. We're building businesses. You know, we have a home together. We blend in families, like all type of stuff we're doing. And, you know, this is so new for me. But I'm learning so much every day. It's crazy. Like,
I know.
I'm learning who I am a little bit more. I'm learning
who you are a little bit more.
I know you ain't. He got some
I'm
surprises too.
I
No,
know.
his problem was too.
I'm learning
He
who I
had
am.
this fantasy in his mind. This perfect little image of me when he first met me. When we was chilling the first few months, and he thought I was this
He's
perfect
a
little
little
angel.
sweetheart.
And I was so sweet, and I was just, kind and soft spoken, and I didn't
Yes.
curse. And he's like, I love her. And then we moved in together. He like, who is this?
Surprise!
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he was this rude awakening.
Great person, but god damn.
Cause it's still there. It's just, it was no need for me to show that part. We didn't have no issues. We didn't have no tie. We had no conflict. So once we moved together, shit got a little hectic. A different side came out, and with both of us. So and we both like, oh, well, I thought you was a sweet person, and what happened? Like, and now you over here being petty. I'm over here yelling and shit. It's just yeah.
And she told me something, right? And she don't even know I took this. She told me something about a previous situation, and she was like, she was dealing with like somebody or something like that on the side or whatever the case may be, and then she's like, girlfriend Tiff is different from this Tiff, and I was like, yeah, girlfriend
No.
Tiff is, I know, you know what I mean? No. Girlfriend Tiff is different. When you got somebody and there's no really attachments and y'all kicking and y'all vibing it, it's no real reason for anybody to be upset.
I'm real cool under those circumstances. When you're not mine, I can't be mad at you for nothing because you don't owe me nothing. Like, we're not together like that. Once we cross that line and I start feeling like, all right,
when emotions get involved,
and
she's emotionally involved, there's a different type of vibe.
Yeah.
How do you feel about marriage? Because is that something you've always wanted to do?
I'm not gonna lie, I was actually almost opposed to marriage at one point because for a long time I didn't know, I know myself, and I didn't think that I could coexist in a house with a man. I'm not gonna lie, because even growing up, like my mom, and you said also too, your mom, they're that type. They're like, yo, the men, I don't want you living here. You come, visit, hang out, and then go back home. And I seen that a lot, and I kind of picked up on that, like a little bit. And so I didn't think that I honestly, for one, I wanted to live with a man. I think that was what I wanted at all. And then I realized that was some maybe a sort of defense mechanism, because maybe I didn't think that I'd find that person that was willing to go like how we are right now, go all in and make the adjustments or whatever. But it was also just me. I have my own things. I'm personally I didn't think I would like that living with a man. So I don't know how I'm supposed to be married. So I can't live with you.
So are you? So you're not opposed anymore?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
So ideally, you would want to be married. Okay. No, you can say that a little louder. We couldn't hear you.
Yes, for the people in the back. Yes, I want to be married.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't hear you. I had to make sure. But why? What this marriage brings that this committed relationship isn't bringing?
I wouldn't say that it isn't bringing. I just feel like that seals the deal. Me and you, honestly, I've never thought about it the way I think about it now, ever, until I got with you, because I feel like I see, us living together again, what that can be, the union that comes together, the families, the lifelong commitment, that sort of thing, the bond is something that I want now that I've got a taste of what is this sort of again, adult relationships. I want to say that because before, relationships I've been in before, I felt like they were, they was cool, but they was a bit on maybe the childish side. There was no growth. There was no, no changes that happened, that took place. Nothing, no ties. Again, minus, having a child with someone, of course, but there was no ties. There was no, I can't describe it. It just wasn't what this is.
Okay, I agree. I mean, I understand that logic.
It's a feeling also, because when you love someone that much and you're willing to just give that part of you, literally commit, make vows and keep them, and it's something that happens when you at that place and that relationship is that strong.
Even how do you still believe in marriage when a lot of the times, in this day and age, you don't see that, right? And then you hear a lot of times, I've heard people who are married now always say, if I would have knew this, I would have done this differently. How do you know that you're fully ready for that?
I can't base it off that. I'm basing it off us. And I see that we done been through some shit. We done grown from things, that we committed, that we both put in effort. I see, I also, I base it off how I feel about you, but a lot of it is based off how I see you treat me, how I see you treat my son, how I see, the whole dynamic that we have going on here. I base it off that.
Okay.
And
because people didn't want this to happen.
When I tell you,
it's a lot of yo, she's this, and yo, this, that, and the third. Don't do that.
Jumping in front of cars to stop.
And again,
for what?
a lot of times that was crazy. But the funny thing that made me want it more from her, like people thought they were like doing something, and it really didn't do anything.
Yeah, all the odds were against us, honestly.
And I really believe that sometimes, you know, God gonna put obstacles in front of you to see if you gonna overcome them, to see if that's what you really, really want.
Yeah, and I would tell
He's
you,
gonna test
I feel like this is either some amazing shit, and that's why everything is like going up. Because again, stuff would happen on the outside. People, outside people will try to say things, and we never waver. Like us, we never like was looking at each other like, oh, I don't know, but like, I want to do this. Like we kind of stuck to whatever we stuck to. Like
Yes.
we kind of had our own thing, and we was together. That was it. Nobody caused nothing.
Never let outside problems dictate your relationship.
Look at it as like, I feel like this got to be some shit, because everybody is up in arms about it. Everybody, is in our business, and it was crazy. I'm like, it's something to this. People don't want us to be together because they know what's up. Like they see what's going on, and they're like, nah, I can't do that. Like, nope. Like, and yeah, it was support here and there, but overall, I'm like, nah, something's going on, because the way the universe is coming at us, they're like, yeah, I gotta fight for this.
That's a fact, and we fought.
It's gonna be something special. Knowing what you know now, because again, I told you, you have this fantasy when you came into this relationship that I was gonna be this person, and when I turned out not to be, like, do you feel like this was the right choice for you?
Absolutely.
Would you do it all over again?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hola.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Absolutely. I knew there were gonna be problems. I didn't know what problems there were gonna be. That's the thing. I don't ever anticipate that everything's gonna go perfect.
Yeah, maybe.
I felt like there was gonna be issues. I just didn't feel like there were gonna be big issues. I felt like, I'm faithful, so we're gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Whatever we get through is gonna be light. And no, characteristics, personalities, differences in goals. Like we have this thing where we're both this project together behind the scenes. We be going through differences all the time. We be going through differences all the time. But because she has a way that she sees things. I have a way I see things. Like we got other businesses that we about to start, and I want it this way, or it should be this way, and I feel like it should be this way.
We're both like very strong-minded, and that's why we clash, I think.
Business-wise,
nobody want to back down. Like,
no, she has her own vision for things, and you want a woman to have their own vision. Yeah, you should. And sometimes I'll be like, all right, cool, and then we go back, and then she'll be like, well, you do your shit, I do my shit, don't worry about it. And then later on we'll come back like, all right, cool, babe, I'll give a little, you give a little, and compromise. See, we have to learn to compromise. Our biggest issue is that we want things just to go our way. She wants things to go her way. I want things to go my way. And we got to meet in the middle, and we got to find that balance, because that's what relationship is all about. And I feel like we're learning that, and we're building on that, and we're growing into that with each situation, each discussion, because
that's what I love about us, though.
We'll get crazy, like
the funny thing is, we'll do all
and then
that crazy stuff.
10 minutes it'll be like, yeah, so babe,
And then we can talk, because some people they can't discuss it at any point after, maybe a while after. I feel like almost right after we calm down, we can have a logical discussion. I'm like, all right, I was wrong. All right, yeah, I could have said that different. I had to yell, I had to curse you, but like, yeah, we can talk about it. That's what I love about it. That's why I feel like we have so much growth, because we discuss things. I wish we could start off that way. Before we working on it also, just to start off with the discussion instead of ending up there.
We gotta try it backwards.
Yeah,
start off with the discussion.
Don't even get into the ink.
Don't even get into that. Subtract that.
Yeah, because that's the best part of it, when we can go back and reflect on what we said and own up to who was wrong and offensive or whatever it was. Like, I just appreciate that we can do that. Like, we can go back and discuss it, because that's when the real growth and healing happens. Like, when we have an understanding, when we're being logical and calm. And you were asking me about marriage.
Facts.
Do you feel like that's something that you could be ready for, like in the near future, or engagement sort of thing? Because
I'm ready now, babe. So let me. Nah, yeah, definitely, because again, like, that's something ideal for this situation with you. Like with you, I see a lot of things in myself that I never saw before. Like I've grown. I've, wanted to be the person I am. I just never found the person to be what you are. And I think everybody, has that person that they say that a man changes for the right woman. You could deal with whoever you want and you could be whatever. But when someone comes along that makes you want to change, that's the right one. And I feel like that's what happened here because, I was just out with my guys and and we toast to a whole year. Faithful, loyal, nothing outside of that, outside of one person. And and we toasted that and
saying like that people cheat because they're like, well, I know you probably gonna do it, so I might as well do it anyway. Like
Yes.
Nobody ever believes that the other person is being faithful. I was one of the women that's like, yo, all men, this. Because I've seen it firsthand. I've seen my brothers. I've seen be faithful. I've seen, like people close to me be faithful. So I'm like, I knew it was men out there like that. So I was never that woman that bashed men. But if you would have asked, before this relationship, I think that men wasn't gonna cheat. You never know. I had to witness it myself, like personally, to believe that that was gonna happen with me necessarily. But I've seen it happen. I knew it existed.
I seen loyal people. I
was
seen
still, a certain type of man. He had to look this way. He had to be, like that kind of guy was faithful, and not these type of guys. And I'm like, that's not necessarily true. Good looking guys be faithful.
Faithful too. Yeah, some of my friends are very loyal and in very committed relationships, and some of my friends aren't. That's just what it is. But I want it to be that person. I want it to be 100% loyal. I wanted to be like nothing. I wanted to be faithful, and that's what I did.
I think we both came into it with that sort of thing. Like we want to do something,
different.
Yeah, and not that I hadn't been faithful before in my life. Like of course I have, but I wanted I wanted a relationship. You can leave your phone laying around and not have to worry about, oh my God, we're gonna text me and hiding the phones and just it's certain things like that you'd have to worry about because trust wasn't an issue. Like I wanted a relationship like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a long way, away from where I had been. So I'm like, I don't ever want to do it again. I don't want to be in a relationship where I got to question every second, everything, and everybody. Like, I don't want to be like that. It's just exhausting, and it's just not healthy. So I'm like, nah, this time, like, if I'm going to do it, we got to do that shit right. Like, because nobody wants that. It's heavy on you, like, a relationship like that. It's no good.
If there's one thing you could change about me, what would it be?
It's a trick question. Nothing. No,
It's not, no, it's a real question. Don't ask me the same question.
Where do I start? No, I'm kidding. No.
There's one thing, not 10, babe. One.
Like one?
Yeah, one. Only
two?
one. Only one thing. You gotta know what you wanted. Like if you could change one thing about me.
All right, I got two right, but I'm gonna go with one. All right, I'm gonna go one. I'm gonna go with the petty thing.
Okay.
You're very petty.
King
he will sit there and
petty.
pretend like, no, I'm good, and then go do some shit that's so like, why are you like this? Like he can't help it. It's oh my God,
King petty.
I got one.
I'm working on that.
But I ain't gonna say what it is because he should already know. But yeah, that the pettiness. Oh my goodness, I can't.
Cocky. You said I'm arrogant.
Yes.
She don't like my arrogance.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What about you? Is there one thing if you could think of anything at all?
Babe, it's only one. It's only one. It's not a lot. I don't have two or three. It's only one. I don't like. Again, my thing was I don't like how she talked to me. She's getting better, but she always like yo. I've been not to glorify that because I'm so far past that. But I was outside for a minute, and then you always you outside. You done got in the fights. You protect the respect. And I get a lot of love and respect outside. And then you come home and she like, yeah, da, 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 da. And I'm like, what?
That's the funny thing. I swear to God, I said it before. Like the toughest guy you see outside be coming home.
What?
And girls
Get violated.
say something. Like, it's so funny.
Like, I'm like, yo, I done been called all type of shit. And I'm like, what?
Don't do that. No, you have.
Not nothing crazy. She ain't out here getting crazy.
Yeah.
But she
there's still a lot of respect there.
Yes, definitely a lot of respect. She just tough and she get busy and she like, what's up? She'll get in my face like, what's up? I'm like, yo, I'm pussy. I gotta be pussy.
Like, fight me.
I ain't fighting you. I don't even want beef.
I don't want to fight. I be saying that shit.
I got my office back there. She come in like rough me up in the office. I don't want no beef with you, man. Why you want to beef?
Cause you be getting me tight. He the type that hang up on you when you outside. You know how fast I drive my ass home? Like, you hung up on me? Like, by the time I get here, I'm on fire. Like, I'm about to kill him when I walk in his door.
Like, but that's really it. Anything else, like, I wouldn't change anything because I wanna grow with you. So any problems, you working on within yourself, I want to work on with you, and vice versa. I want you to work on problems I have within myself that I need to work on. I want you to work on them with me. You know what I mean? Sometimes I might need you to point it out, and sometimes, as people, we never want people to point out flaws in us. That's an insecurity with us if someone see our flaws. I want to challenge those flaws. I want to work on those things. I want you to point them out to me. And you gotta understand your woman's love language or your significant other's love language in order to deliver something that you may see as an issue or may see that she could work on or he could work on. You just gotta know how to deliver it, because everybody is sensitive to their flaws, even men. You know what I mean? That's my thing.
Especially men, because I know we've grown so much.
So much. I'm proud of us.
Came a long way. I wasn't sure.
Yes.
A year in, and
We good.
yeah. So
Thank you. It's your boy MC,
it's your girl Tiffany V.
and I'm her one.
His owner.
And that was our podcast, different segment. I love the conversation. I love chatting with you.
Cause I was opposed to this. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
She
I don't
was
put
like,
our business
nope.
out there. And he like, Tiffany, tell the people.
I'm like, talk to the people,
Like,
big.
all right, I'll talk to the people.
You know what I mean? But I like this. This is kind of therapy, and this is for each other, for us to just talk and
And I hope someone could relate,
Yes.
and feel us on this shit. Maybe to help somebody else that, that's going through some issues, to discuss it. That there's light at the end of the tunnel sometimes, like not every time. Sometimes.
Yes, but and then sometimes
talk,
it's
you
just
talk.
you have to talk. Sometimes being able to talk to your significant other is everything. Sometimes sometimes you be in a relationship with somebody who don't want to express themselves, and that's the hardest relationship to be in. Like, I don't know if people ever experience that, but if Tiff was to shut down and not respond, and sometimes we try that when we get mad. Like, she'll get mad and like, I'm not talking no more.
Yeah, for the sake of argument, it's like, I'm not gonna discuss this. I'm done. I just leave it alone.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, he don't like that.
And then vice versa. Like, I'd be like, all right, I'm done. You can be mad by yourself. And she's like, so you don't care about my feelings? I'm like, no, it's not that. Like, I just don't want to argue. But sometimes you have to argue to get to the other side. You have to disagree and talk and understand the person and go back and forth and
it's all about
communicate.
picking battles, though. I think we were picking at everything, and now we were picking battles. We're getting smarter about, like, certain things are not worth the argument. Certain things are not even worth bringing up, for that matter. Like, so once you pick your battles, you understand, like, all right, what's important, what you need to discuss, and then find a healthy way to discuss it. It's all good. Like, but we didn't have that down pat at first. We was arguing about everything. We wasn't discussing it right. Yes. And now we get more effective with picking what we want to argue about.
Because what you never want to
and
do
how we go about it
is let those things build up.
No.
You go years without saying something, and it
I don't believe in that. You gotta lay it on the table.
You gotta lay it on the table. You cannot hold it in. You gotta vent to you.
Especially if it's bothering you, something you can't stop thinking about, talk about it.
Yes.
You gotta live with that. Like, let it out.
Let it out. Let it out. You know what I mean? And that's it. We here. We vibing. Comment, like, subscribe. She gonna check it. I keep telling you niggas.
Give us your feedback. All right, share the videos. All right, let a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
Share, repost it.
Yes.
Get this out, man. Why not fuck with the people that fuck with you?